Hello, boys and girls. I hope you're doing well this fine day. I have a package here that was sent to me. And don't you just love getting packages? When I go home, my husband's like, oh no, or the UPS has been by our house because something else from Amazon. That's me, I'm guilty. What we're going to do today is we are starting a new unit. And in this unit, we are reading a classic, a literacy classic. And I'm going to give you some hints about which classic we're reading. So I'm going to open this box, and in this box that I'm excited that I have, I'm going to pull out some items and kind of discuss them a little bit. So we're going to unpack the box, kind of like they do on YouTube when people get things and they unpack and they talk about it. Well, that's what I'm going to do. So I've got my little trusty scissors here, and I'm so excited to get this package. Okay, let's cut the tape open. I wonder what it could be. A classic. A classic is like a book or something that was done a long time ago, or made or wrote a long time ago. So it is something that we really appreciate, in that we read it over and over, or a movie is a classic, you watch it over and over again. A car can be a classic. I mean, be thinking about what else that stands the test of time, that it's still just as great as it was when it originally came out. It's still great today. So, there's always packaging in here. So, the first thing that I'm going to pull out is we've got to talk about where this classic takes place. And I have a map. And guess what? This is a paper map. This is a map that we used to use before Google Maps. Okay? So, this is a map. Okay? And look how big these are. This is what we used to use in the cars to find places, is a big map. Okay? And this is a map of, if you can't see that, the United Kingdom. Okay? So this is United Kingdom. And to use this map, I want to give you the setting of our classic that we're going to be reading. So in United Kingdom, okay, there is a place called London. Okay? Think about that. Some of you are probably familiar with London. So we have a map. And these are big maps, okay? Used to driving down the road, we would have to fold these up, okay? These are almost like classics too, this map. So our setting is going to be in London. So that's my first object that was sent to me, United Kingdom. So it's in London, okay? Then my next object is going to be, there's a family, okay, in this book, in this classic. And in this book, these shavings are, don't you love getting packages and they put those little things in there? Sometimes they put those poppers. Is an apron. And in this book, there's a family, and there's a mom and a dad. And it's set back a long, long time ago. That makes it a classic. And the mother would stay home, and her main job was to cook, clean, take care of the children. Sometimes people had nannies, okay? And there's a nana or a nanny in this classic. And her job is to take care of the children. But the moms did not work. They stayed home. Their job was to take care of the house. The dads went off and went to work, okay? So I want you to be thinking about this as we're thinking about what classic this is. So we've got an apron. We've got a map. And another thing I want you to notice is to point out that the United Kingdom is actually a giant island. So on this island, it has lots of other cities on there, but it's a country, and on this country is an island. And these people did not go exploring other places, so they only knew the way of life what a London person or an English person lived. So they kind of look down upon like other people's way of life. They're like, that's not how we do it here, okay? So they kind of look down on them. They did not really accept other people's ways of life. So it was unfamiliar to them. And sometimes when we see things that are unfamiliar, we kind of look at it as something that's bad. And that's not true. If something's unfamiliar, it's just different. So the dad stayed at home, and in order for the people to travel, they had to go by boat, okay, to go visit other places. All right, let's see what else. So we have a map, an apron, okay, for this family. All right, let me keep digging. I kind of got too many of these in here. All right. There's some other characters in here. And let's see what else. Okay. Because this is set back a long time ago in the classics, and you'll find out the date when you open this book, is they often carried pocket watches. So this is a pocket watch. Sometimes they had chains on them, and they would keep them in their pocket, and they would pull it out and open it up and look at the time and close it. A lot of the men carried that. So another character that's in this story is a pirate, okay? So you've got a pirate, hi matey, okay? So there's a pirate in there. You also have some characters that are some Indians, okay? And you'll see I've got some Indians here. All right, so these are just some characters that are going to pop up in this book. Now, there's other characters, but I'm just pointing out some of the ones to kind of trigger your brain for you trying to think, what classic is she talking about? All right, the other, let's see, the last thing we're going to kind of talk about is some magic dust, okay? So I've got some magic dust here. All right, so I want you to take all these things right here, and I want you to be thinking about what classic can take place in London, okay, a long time ago, that has a family, a mom and dad and children, and the mom stays at home and takes care while the dad goes off and works. They carried watches in their pockets. They didn't carry them on their wrists like we do today. There's some Indians in this, some pirates, and then some magic dust. So, you're getting ready to read some quotes. And I want you to read these quotes around the room and be thinking about what literary classic are you getting ready to read. Thank you.